I'm back for another year at Ultraman. This is my fourth time here. I did it in 2004. I went back again in 2007, and I was fortunate enough to win both those years. And then I had another 3 years before I came back. That's about the time frame it takes to forget how hard this race is. Last year I had some trouble. I wasn't as fit as I had been in the past, and I did two really good first days. Day one and day two went really well, but I started to get sick at the end of day two, and day three I had like an upper respiratory problem. My breathing wasn't working well. I was laboring from a very early point on, and I actually thought I was going to DNF the race, but thanks to my support crew, I pulled through, and I walked quite a bit, but then started running again. I had a pretty good finish and ended up second. So this year I'm back. I feel a little bit fitter, a little bit better prepared. So I hope to perform even better than last year. And but you know, this course is so hard. This race is more a race between me and the course than between me and any of the other contestants. And I think everybody feels the same way. It's such a humbling race. It's such a humbling course. The conditions are so hard and so tough, and it's more of a. Actually, it feels more like almost like an adventure, like an odyssey. Since you're rounding the entire island, it's truly unique in that sense, and I'm very humbled by what can happen. The challenges of this course and this race are quite unique. I don't know any other place in the world where you have such a diverse set of conditions that you'd find here. I mean, first of all, you have the swim. The currents can be off, or you can have good currents and bad currents. You can have good currents for the first half, and then you find yourself almost standing still in the water. Obviously, you're in the ocean, so there's all kind of, I mean, jellyfish if you're unlucky. My good friend Gordon Byrne almost got killed here one year from hitting a jellyfish. It's rare, but you know, you got to watch out. And then you have the entire spectra in weather from very, very hot, obviously very humid, to actually pretty cold. You start the second day up at Volcano. The first hour or two of that race is going to be freezing cold. You're going downhill. You haven't got any body heat to talk about because you're not really working hard. You have winds. Obviously, we're in Hawaii. Anybody that's been here knows that it can, you know, the winds can blow like crazy, and they can start out from, you know, being a nice tailwind, and then as you go around the island, you face a strong headwind instead, and you have probably crosswinds on the bike, which is the worst to be facing, and most of all the sun. I mean, on the run, the sun is just intense. If you have one of those days, the sun is beating down. You're in the lava fields. Everything is black around you. You have the black asphalt. You have the black lava. You have the blue. I mean, the sky is cloudless. The sun is strong. It can be tough, and that makes, I mean, all those things combined makes it for a very unique race and a very challenging race. You don't know what you're going to face, so you better be prepared for everything. This is very typical me. When things feel really good on the bike, race the saddle. It can always be better. That's something I've done before races so many times, racing the saddle just slightly the last few days. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with being tapered and stronger. Maybe you can get it right. And usually I'm right. I'm usually right at racing the saddle. I did this before my first ITU World Championship medal back in 2001. I raced my saddle quite a bit the day before the race and had an awesome ride and a great run. So who knows? This could be the trick that does it. I've pretty much been doing triathlon for over 20 years now, and I've raced sort of pro elite since the mid-90s, and I've raced a lot of ITU long distance over the years, and I have 2 medals at ITU World Championships long distance and 2 medals also at European Championships long distance, and those races have been sort of the pinnacle of my career, and obviously I've enjoyed also Ironman racing, but over the past few years, you know, as I get older, I don't find the enthusiasm to race as much as I've done in the past, and I really try to put my energy into those races that motivate me or that really excite me, and Ultraman is one of these races since it's so special. There are a few other races like that, like the island to island race, the aquathlon in the Swedish archipelago, which I won the 3 past years. So this is a race that really stands out, and this is something that I hope to come back to over time and do again, even though, as you know, I probably get slower at shorter races. I still like to compete at a high level at these long races. One of the reasons that I'm here this year is that I was a little bit disappointed about last year. I don't think I'm happy I finished because I got really sick on the last day, but I think I would want to try to better myself this year. I don't feel I was as prepared either. Last year I had some troubles with my legs and my hips last year, and I did a good first day. I led the first day. The conditions were horrible. It was very windy, and I had the best second day as well. I think I performed surprisingly well on day 1 and day 2, but day 3, I mean, basically everything just fell apart. I got a little bit of a chest cold, and I ran about 15K, and you know, that was about it. That was as good as I was going to go on the last day, and from there on I just had a long section where I walked a lot. I wasn't sure that I was going to finish at all. The only reason I did finish was that my support crew was so good at motivating me, and they just, you know, just changing the focus from winning to actually just finishing. And finishing is really good enough here at this race, and that's the ultimate goal, just to actually complete the course. But I still feel I have sort of things to prove for myself at this course, and I never really did a good run. I've done a 2:44 Ironman marathon, but here I always sort of ran subpar. Probably because I don't handle the heat that well, but I'm coming back this year to hopefully do better than last year and just show to myself that I actually can have a great race all 3 days here. At this race, you really you're dependent upon to have a good crew, and I think I have the best crew here. My brother Frederick is here, the raw food caveman enthusiast. My girlfriend Elin is here as well. She provides a lot of support for me. And then Robert, my film guy, who's also a vital guy of the crew, as he's a good Ironman athlete himself. So I got three great people here helping me to do my best, and that means all the world to me. We're halfway there. We signed all the papers. That's about half the work.
What is that big thing?
This is to cool Jonas' balls when it gets too hot. We need a big bag because Jonas got big balls.
That's for all the raw food my brother is gonna eat.